Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Real Sports Updates here. Back again. Another video. So we kind of got a little bit of breaking news this morning. Deebo Samuel, star wide receiver with the 49ers, has officially requested a trade from the 49ers. Now, this is something that, although it's breaking news, it's not surprising. This has been brewing for a couple of weeks now, at the very least. I made a video about it, I think it was last week or so. And basically, Deebo Samuel's unhappy with the 49ers. And, there could be several reasons. He's not really been clear about why he wants to trade from the 49ers. I would assume it's because of contract reasons, but Adam Schefter put out a tweet yesterday saying that the reason why the contract is not getting done is because Deebo Samuel is not allowing it to get done. Apparently, the Niners want to get a contract done with him, but they're not really, receiving any interest in doing that from Deebo Samuel. Now, there's been some stuff going on, the other day. I believe it was yesterday, where Deebo Samuel's brother said that he was not going to be a Niner much longer. He said that earlier in the day, and then he came out and said that he was just kidding after a while. And then, today, following day, Deebo Samuel officially requested a trade. So obviously there was some seriousness behind that. Now, when it comes to Deebo Samuel, he would absolutely 100% fit in with the Chargers. That would be that would really be one of the moves that I think that would put the Chargers over the edge and really take them up to Super Bowl, not just in the Super Bowl contender pot. That would take them to the Super Bowl favorites. And I think it would probably reflect that in Vegas too. Deebo Samuel has a bunch of skills. He's not just a wide receiver. He's a guy, his entire skill set has been put on display for the past 3 years in San Francisco. He's done everything. He's caught the ball. And he's not just a good wide receiver. He is a yards after the catch guy. He gets a lot of yak yards. He plays physical. We obviously know that they asked him to run the ball a lot this past season as well too. He was fantastic at that. Again, just a physical presence in there. He plays receiver. That's the position that he most fits in with, but he can do so much. He can line up. He can work the middle of the field, just like a tight end can. He's got speed after the catch. He can run away from guys as well as run over guys. He can do everything, especially when you want to, you look at the packages where, he's coming in and he's in motion. He's playing that Z receiver spot. He's going in motion. He is taking handoffs, in motion. He's taking reverses, and he's even thrown the ball a little bit as well too. This guy can do everything offensively, and his talents have been put on display, even without a really star, a star quarterback, a superstar quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo has been good. He's been serviceable, but he's no means a star quarterback. And the Niners have had a lot of success in their offense with him. So the possibility of Deebo Samuel coming to the Chargers is not likely. I will say that. But it's not going to stop me from fantasizing about it. It's not going to stop me from thinking about this guy lined up in the backfield with Justin Herbert and Austin Eckler. They definitely will not stop me from fantasizing about it. That would be one of the greatest things that I think I've ever seen as a Charger fan. That would be amazing, man. It would be amazing. I don't think that the Chargers are a realistic destination based off of what Deebo Samuel said that he wants to do contract-wise. He said he wants a bigger contract, and he said he's looking in the $25 million range, right? Which is, a lot of people have said it's too much, whatever. It's on par, though, for how much guys are getting paid. You look at a guy like Devontae Adams, right? He's considered the best wide receiver in the league. That's about, on par what his average is, right? He's getting paid about 25 to 26 million, I think, on average. the total value of the contract. Again, NFL contracts got a lot of funding money in them, but the total average, Devontae Adams is somewhere around there. Deebo Samuel should be somewhere around there based off of all the skills that I just went through right now. Everything that he can do and everything that the team is going to ask him to do, they're going to ask him to do more than just play the wide receiver role, traditional wide receiver role. They're going to ask him to do a lot. So I don't feel like it's too much for Deebo Samuel to ask for that much money. But, with that request, comes like the realistic expectations, and the realistic expectations of the teams that are going to be, in the teams that are going to be involved in the bidding for Deebo Samuel. And I think that the contract expectations takes the Chargers out of it, because the Chargers do have some financial commitments, coming up in the next few years. Obviously, Justin Herbert is going to have to get paid. But, there is... I wouldn't completely rule it out. I would say that it's unlikely, but, there are some things that the Chargers can do, right? You're going to have to... The Chargers would have to get rid of somebody, right? And the best bet in order for the Chargers to acquire Deebo Samuel, somebody's going to have to go. Mike Williams just re-signed the 3-year deal on average for $20 million a year, and Keenan Allen, his cap hit this season is going to be about $19 million. So with Mike Williams just re-signing, I think that would probably free up Keenan Allen to get traded, if that was going to happen. Now I obviously don't want to see that happen. I think Keenan Allen has been one of the best wide receivers in the league. I just made a video about it the other day. So I am not in favor of Keenan Allen leaving the Chargers in order to acquire Deebo Samuel. I'm not in favor of that. And I really don't see another way that the Chargers could acquire Deebo Samuel without giving up, a guy like Keenan Allen, a guy who has the cap hit that would be similar to the cap hit that Deebo Samuel would want to take on in his new contract. So I really don't think that is a realistic situation for the Chargers. But, like I said, it won't stop me from fantasizing about it. The only other way that it would work for the Chargers is that Deebo Samuel has been in the league. This is going to be his 4th year, I believe. Now he wasn't a first round pick, so he doesn't have the 5th year option. So he is going to have a contract renewal. So the only way I think it could work is that if Deebo Samuel if the Niners could trade him, let's say they do trade him to the Chargers. The only way it would work is if Deebo played on his deal, his 4th year deal. I don't know how much money it is, but I know that it's not going to be anywhere near the extension money that he wants. But if he can play on that 4th year for this year, and then have the Chargers re-up him next year, right? And have Tom Telesco, the GM, have the front office work with him and kind of, kick the can down the road, so to speak. Give him, a considerable amount of guaranteed money up front, and then have him kick the can down the road, so that way he is a lower cap hit. And do the contract restructuring, convert some of the salary money into signing bonuses. That way you can free up more space, and you can potentially do that year to year. But that would only work if he's willing to accept that, and if he's willing to play on his 4th year deal this year. If he's not willing to play on his 4th year deal without a new deal, then the Chargers are pretty much out of it. At that point, you have the Jets and maybe a couple other teams who have the cap space, who need a wide receiver, who have almost no talent at the position. But I think the Chargers the Chargers is a team that makes sense for this trade, for this guy right here. It would really push the Chargers over the top, to have that guy. You have him, Deebo Samuel, Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, and Mike Williams. That would be one of the best offense for sure in the league. But again, it's far-fetched and it's very unlikely. But I'm gonna watch the situation closely. The draft is coming up What do we have? How long do we have left to the draft? 8 days, I believe. No, 8 days, 7 days. No, 8 days. I think 8 days to the draft. So we just got a little bit over a week until the draft. So let's watch this closely and see what happens. Teams are going to be willing to do more business around the time of the draft. So we'll see and we'll watch what happens. Again, I don't think that it's likely. I'm not going to get my hopes up, but I'm not going to, like I said, they can't stop me from fantasizing about this, because that would be one of the best offenses that I would ever see, probably in my lifetime. And, but we'll see what happens going forward with this very interesting story. And I said it a couple weeks ago when I made the other video. This story has legs. San Francisco has been botching this off season, and it's based off of their mistake right now. I can say at this point it was a mistake for them to go up and draft Trey Lance and trade all them picks because they don't believe that he can play. And I talked to a source who told me this. A source who was connected to the situation, they told me this, that they do not believe that Trey Lance can play. And that is the reason why they're holding on to Jimmy Garoppolo. That is the reason why they're going to eat more of Jimmy Garoppolo's salary this year. And, they are just not comfortable with Trey Lance. So, we'll see what happens going forward. But this is going to be an interesting situation. Can't wait to the draft. I think a lot of business will get done there. There's going to be a lot of conversations going on with Deebo Samuel and his representatives and whatnot. But it's going to be interesting to see. But that's all I got for this video, guys. Just a quick update. Breaking news, not shocking, but it is official right now at this point that Deebo Samuel has requested a trade. So we'll see what happens going forward. But that's all I got for this one, guys. If you enjoyed the content, please give me a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing to the channel. And that's all I got for today, guys. I will see you next time. Have a good one.